I'm gonna shoot the Victory VAP SS. So this is the elite version, which is 1,000 straightness, best arrow that they offer it in. And this is a 250 spine. It'll be cut at 29 inches. That's my draw length. A few highlights of why I'm shooting this arrow. So Victory makes a very nice arrow. What really drew me to this one specifically, because they have tons and tons of options, is the supposed durability of these. Now, I have not shot an animal with these just yet, but just from a lot of experience building tons and tons and tons of different arrows from Victory and tons of other brands, this is the arrow I decided to give it a try this year, mainly because of two things. Their classic shock outsert system. So this is basically a one-piece system, insert and outsert in one. I think it's a lot better construction rather than a multi-piece system. And the biggest thing too, the arrow durability itself. From my knowledge, this is the only arrow that has steel woven in it. So like FMJs have a coating on top of it, obviously, but this is literally a carbon stainless steel mix. So there is steel woven in with the carbon that is supposed to make it extremely, extremely durable. I'm going to show you a step-by-step on how I build it and exactly what I do to make a perfectly consistent and strong arrow that also looks very cool. So first things we're going to do is grab my wraps. So these are Emersonarchery Sasquatch First Light Spectre editions. These are also reflective, so it's really nice. You can't really tell right now, which is great because you don't want them to be shiny. But when you hit these bad boys with light, they light up like a candle, so you can find them and still remain, I guess if you want to say cool looking or whatever with your favorite camo. But yeah, Proverbs 19:21, favorite verse on there as well. So a couple A max veins. We got orange and teal to kind of go with the theme here. So first thing we're going to do is take our arrow and clean off the shaft where the wrap's going to go with alcohol. Next, we're going to take our wrap and put it on our wrap pad here. Wrap pads honestly help a ton for just really, really consistent, you know, and good looking wrap jobs. They're not very expensive either. So there's tons of them out there. I have a couple different ones available. This one, and then also this one in Bottomland. So if you need a wrap pad, hit me up, get you taken care of. So we're gonna take our arrow here, and these are spine aligned. So generally, to get it to look perfect, your wrap perfect, gonna go spine down. So spine down on the mat here. And then I essentially just get it all perfectly lined up. This is what the wrap pads make it so nice and easy for. And then just put a lot of pressure down. Roll this bad boy on. And good to go. All right, next we're gonna flush this bad boy up. So we got our AA Max and our Bits and Burger jig. Mold Z primer pen. Mold Z glue. Just put a thin little line right down the middle of the vein. Just press it on there. I don't see any excess glue, but we're gonna give it a little wipe just to make sure. Guess we need new batteries on this light, but this is a UV light. This glue is UV light activated, makes it really, really nice and quick. So boom, that one's done. On to the next one. Stick it on there, wipe between both veins here, get any glue, hit it with the light. We got our freshly wrapped and fletched arrow. We're gonna cut it and install insert. Honestly, very simple process. A couple tips and tricks to make it perfect though. So we're gonna cut this real quick. couple steps that some people do miss out on and you don't want to. You want to square the end of your arrow. So this is an actual squaring tool for a drill, but they make little handheld ones, and there's tons of different options out there, but square for sure at least your insert in. A lot of people do both, which I sometimes do. I'll usually do it when I put in my lighted nock, but square your arrow makes a huge difference for broadhead accuracy. And then biggest tip, you got to clean this bad boy out with a little wire brush. Get a gun cleaning kit, or you get an actual archery kit. Clean that out, gets all the excess carbon out of the way, and it will prevent your inserts from actually pulling out. Like you shoot in a target and they get ripped out, that's why, is somebody didn't clean the inside of your arrow. All right, last step is we're just gonna glue our outsert in. So I just start it a little bit, get a little glue, squeeze the glue up on there. Doesn't need a ton if it's good glue, and then smack it in there. Make sure it's good. Wipe your excess glue off. Get a little tap. And we have a ready to hunt, ready to shoot arrow. And this is what I'm going to use this year, and I expect some big things out of it. And yeah, excited to share the results with you guys. If you guys have any questions or comments with experience with this arrow or any other arrow, drop them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next one.